अस्सलाम वालेकुम स्टूडेंट्स, वेलकम टू माय चैनल। आज की इस वीडियो में मैं आपके साथ शेयर करूंगी 200 मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट एंड एक्सपेक्टेड एमसीक्यूज़ फॉर पंजाब रेवेन्यू अथॉरिटी इन्फोर्समेंट एंड ऑडिट ऑफिसर पेपर प्लस म्यूनसिपल ऑफिसर फाइनेंस पेपर टू बी हेल्ड ऑन 6th एंड 7th ऑफ जून 2026। ये जो 200 एमसीक्यूज़ हैं ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट हैं ऑडिटिंग से रिलेटेड। इन पेपर्स में जो एमसीक्यूज़ आने हैं उस पोर्शन के लिए, और आप लोगों में से जिन स्टूडेंट्स को भी पंजाब रेवेन्यू अथॉरिटी में इन्फोर्समेंट ऑफिसर के लिए, ऑडिट ऑफिसर के लिए या म्यूनसिपल ऑफिसर फाइनेंस के लिए सिलेबस के अकॉर्डिंग कंप्लीट नोट्स चाहिए हों जिसमें तमाम पोर्शंस मौजूद हों, जनरल नॉलेज भी और जॉब रिलेटेड भी, जिसमें फ़ाइनेंस, अकाउंटिंग, ऑडिटिंग, एचआरएम और जो सेल्स एक्ट है वो भी अवेलेबल हो, तो जो स्क्रीन पर आपको नंबर शो हो रहा है उस पर सिर्फ आपने व्हाट्सएप पर कॉन्टैक्ट करना है मैसेज के थ्रू, और वहाँ पर आपने जिस भी पोस्ट के लिए आपको नोट्स चाहिए हों वो कम्प्लीटली मेंशन करना है। अगर आपको पंजाब रेवेन्यू अथॉरिटी में इन्फोर्समेंट ऑफिसर के लिए नोट्स चाहिए हों तो ये आपने कंप्लीट मेंशन करके इस नंबर पर टेक्स्ट करना है, तो वहाँ पर सर आपको सैम्पल और जो पेमेंट डिटेल्स वगैरह हैं वो प्रोवाइड कर देंगे। स्टार्ट करते हैं आज के इस गेस्ट पेपर को। फर्स्ट है हमारे पास द वर्ड ऑडियर फ्रॉम विच द टर्म ऑडिट इज़ डिराइव्ड बिलोंग्स टू विच लैंग्वेज? Latin. The main objective of a statutory audit is to ensure that the financial statements show a true and fair view. Auditing begins where accounting ends. Bookkeeping is primarily concerned with recording financial data. An audit that is conducted by the staff of the organization itself is known as internal audit. Which audit is mandatory for public limited companies under the law statutory audit? A continuous audit is highly recommended for entities having large banking or financial operations. An audit conducted between two annual audits is termed as interim audit. Operational audit involves evaluating efficiency, economy, and effectiveness of operations. The ultimate responsibility for ensuring financial statements are correct lies with the management. The detection of fraud and errors is considered as the secondary or subsidiary objective of an audit. Propriety audit focuses on checking whether executive actions are conducted with wisdom, faithfulness, and public economy. Independent auditing can be described as a disciplined assessment of financial assertions by an unbiased professional. An auditor is a watchdog, not a bloodhound. Balance sheet audit is also known as financial audit. Which of the following is an inherent limitation of auditing? The use of selective testing or sampling. Environmental audit is conducted to ensure compliance with ecological and environmental protection laws. The scope of a statutory audit is determined by the relevant law or statute. The scope of an internal audit is determined by the management of the company. Private audits are generally conducted for sole proprietorships and partnership firms. A detailed step-by-step written plan outlining the specific audit procedures to be executed is called an audit program. Overall, audit strategy establishes the scope, timing, and direction of the audit. Audit risk consists of three components: inherent risk, control risk, and detection risk. The susceptibility of an assertion to a material misstatement, assuming there are no related internal controls, is inherent risk. The risk that a material misstatement will not be prevented or detected on a timely basis by the entity's internal control is control risk. Risk of material misstatement is combination of inherent risk and control risk. The auditor can control and adjust which of the following detection risk. If the auditor assesses the risk of material misstatement as high, they should lower detection risk by increasing substantive testing. The concept of materiality in auditing is based on whether an item could influence the economic decisions of users. Audit planning is a continuous and iterative process throughout the audit. A bound book used by the audit staff to record difficult points, clarifications, and errors found during an audit is an audit notebook. The main purpose of an audit program is to provide clear instructions to the audit team and monitor progress. When planning an audit, the auditor must understand the client's industry, regulatory environment, and internal control framework. Materiality levels are determined using professional judgment and financial statement benchmarks, for example, percentage of profit, revenue, or assets. Performance materiality is set to reduce the probability that the aggregate of uncorrected misstatements exceeds overall materiality. An audit program should be flexible and subject to modification as the audit progresses. Before starting a new audit engagement, the auditor must perform client acceptance or continuance procedures. The term audit trail refers to the sequential link of documentation tracking a transaction from original to financial statements. Brainstorming about potential fraud risks within the audit team is required during the planning phase of the audit. Analytical procedures performed as risk assessment procedures help identify unusual transactions, events, or ratios indicating potential risks. Audit working papers serve as the primary record of the work performed and conclusions reached by the auditor. Audit working papers are legally the property of the auditor. Audit files are broadly categorized into permanent and current audit files. Which of the following items is typically found in a permanent audit file? The memorandum and articles of association. Which of the following documents is part of the current audit file? The current year's bank confirmation letters. According to standard professional practice, audit documentation should be retained for at least 5 to 7 years depending on local regulations. The assembly of final audit file must be completed within a specified period after the report date, typically 60 days. Working papers are useful because they facilitate direction, supervision, and review of the audit work. An auditor should not disclose confidential working paper information unless there is a legal or professional right or duty to disclose. The clarity and completeness of working papers are essential to show that the audit was conducted in accordance with international standards on auditing. The whole system of controls, financial and otherwise, established by management to carry on business orderly is internal control. Internal check means an arrangement of bookkeeping routine whereby errors and frauds are prevented or discovered automatically by the overlapping work of another clerk. An internal auditor is appointed by the board of directors or management. The main scope of internal check involves division of work among staff to minimize fraud risk. A sound internal control system helps management protect all assets from unauthorized use or disposition. The statutory auditor can utilize the work of the internal auditor after evaluating their objectivity, technical competence, and due professional care. Internal check is a continuous process carried out by the regular operating staff. ICQ stands for Internal Control Questionnaire. A narrative description of internal control is a detailed written explanation of the system as described by the client. Flowcharts in auditing are used to visually represent the sequence of operations and document flow within a system. Test of controls, compliance procedures are performed to gather evidence about the operating effectiveness of the internal control system. If internal controls are found to be highly effective, the auditor will decrease the extent of substantive testing procedures. General IT controls apply to all system components, processes, and data for a given organization. Application controls are specific IT controls that operate at the business process or software application level, input, process, output. Segregation of duties means separating the functions of authorization, recording, and custody of assets. Weakness in internal control that is serious enough to merit the attention of those charged with governance is a significant deficiency. Internal audit is an independent appraisal activity within an organization for the review of operations and controls as a service to the entity. Who can be appointed as an internal auditor? Any qualified person selected by management with proper financial or operational knowledge. The managing letter or letter of weakness is issued by the external auditor to the management or board of directors. Internal control can provide only reasonable assurance regarding the achievement of objectives. Vouching is a process of verifying accounting entries with reference to documentary evidence or vouchers. Vouching is fundamentally termed as the backbone of auditing. The primary object of vouching is to see whether transactions are genuine, properly authorized, and correctly recorded. An example of an external voucher is an invoice received from a raw material supplier. An internal voucher is one which is generated completely within the client's own organization. When an auditor checks the credit side of the cash book, they are vouching cash payments. Teaming and lading is a popular fraud technique involving misappropriating a cash received from debtor A and covering it up with a subsequent receipt from debtor B. Vouching of the purchase book is done with the help of invoices from suppliers, goods received notes, and purchase orders. Payment of fake or hoosed workers is a common fraud found in the wages or payroll sheet. A voucher must be cancelled by the audit staff using a stamp or mark to prevent its reuse for a duplicate fraudulent payment transaction. Vouching helps the auditor establish the assertion of occurrence and authorization. While vouching rent expenses, the auditor should look at the rent agreement, landlord receipts, and bank payment records. Capital expenditure is an expenditure that results in an increase or extension of a long-term asset's capacity or life. If revenue expenditure is treated as capital expenditure, it leads to overstatement of net profit and asset values, window dressing. Charging routine machine repairs to the machinery account is an error of principle. Which document is used to verify credit sales transactions? Duplicate sales invoices, goods outward notes, and customer orders. Credit notes received from suppliers are used to vouch purchase returns. Discount allowed to debtors should be verified with the company's credit policy, trade custom, and correspondence with debtors. Preliminary expenses are expenses incurred prior to the formal incorporation and setup of a company. An entry completely missed from being recorded in the original books of accounts represents an error of omission. Verification means proving the truth about the existence, ownership title, possession, and value of assets. Valuation of assets refers to determination of proper value at which assets are shown in the balance sheet. Who is fundamentally responsible for the valuation of assets? The management or directors. The auditor's duty regarding valuation is to critically review and test the valuation methods used by management to ensure conformity with GAAP or IFRS. Fixed assets are generally valued at cost less accumulated depreciation. Current assets are valued according to the principle of cost or net realizable value, whichever is lower. Net realizable value means estimated selling price minus estimated costs of completion and selling expenses. Window dressing means a deliberate attempt to present a financial position that is artificially better than reality. Secret reserves means reserves that are not shown or disclosed in the balance sheet explicitly. Verification of cash in hand should be done by a surprise physical count of cash on the balance sheet date. Land is an asset that is generally not subject to routine depreciation because of its unlimited useful life. Intangible assets like goodwill, patents, and trademarks are systematically reduced via amortization. Wasting assets like mines, quarries, and oil wells are reduced via depletion. Share premium account is shown under which heading in the balance sheet reserves and surplus. Verification of inventory, stock in trade is highly critical because it directly impacts the determination of gross profit and current assets. An auditor should attend the physical inventory count to observe compliance with management instructions and check the reliability of the counting procedure. Contingent liabilities are liabilities that depend on the outcome of an uncertain future event, for example, a pending court lawsuit. Plant and machinery should be verified with reference to the fixed assets register, suppliers' invoices, and physical inspection tags. An understatement of closing stock leads to understatement of net profit. Valuation of raw materials is done at cost price or replacement cost or NRV, whichever is lower. Sufficiency of audit evidence is the measure of the quantity of evidence. Appropriateness of audit evidence is the measure of its relevance and reliability. Which of the following forms of audit evidence is considered most reliable? Direct written confirmation received by the auditor from an independent outside bank. Audit sampling means the application of audit procedures to less than 100% of items within a population. Sampling risk is the risk that the auditor's conclusion based on a sample may be different from the conclusion reached if the entire population was tested. Non-sampling risk arises from human errors, flawed audit procedures, or misinterpretation of evidence. Stratification is the process of dividing a population into subpopulations, each of which is a group of sampling units with similar characteristics. Haphazard selection is a sampling method where the auditor selects items without following any structured or conscious statistical technique. External confirmation is an audit procedure where evidence is obtained via a direct written response to the auditor from a third party in paper or electronic form. Negative confirmation request asks the third party to respond only if they disagree with the information stated in the request. Analytical procedures involve evaluation of financial information through analysis of plausible relationships among both financial and non-financial data. Substantive procedures are performed to detect material misstatements at the assertion level. Re-performance involves the auditor's independent execution of procedures or controls that were originally performed as part of internal control. Inquiry as an audit procedure consists of seeking information from knowledgeable persons, both financial and non-financial, within or outside the entity. Audit evidence is cumulative in nature and is primarily obtained from audit procedures performed during the course of audit, past audits, and firm quality controls. Under corporate laws in Pakistan, Companies Act, a statutory auditor of a public limited company must be a chartered accountant holding a valid certificate of practice. The first auditors of a newly incorporated company are typically appointed by the board of directors within a specified time frame from incorporation. If the directors fail to appoint the first auditor, the power of appointment falls to the Securities and Exchange Commission. Subsequent annual auditors are appointed every year at annual general meeting. An auditor has a legal right of access at all times to the books, accounts, and vouchers of the company. Which of the following persons is qualified to be appointed as an auditor of the company? An independent practicing chartered accountant with no financial ties to the company. A vacancy caused by the death or resignation of an auditor during their term is called a casual vacancy. A casual vacancy caused by the resignation of an auditor must be filled or approved by the shareholders in a general meeting. Remuneration of an auditor is fixed by the authority that appoints the auditor, for example, shareholders or directors. An auditor can be removed before the expiry of their tenure by the shareholders in a general meeting through a special or proper notice procedure. If a company has a branch office, the branch accounts can be audited by the company's main auditor, a separate qualified person authorized to act as auditor. Both A and B are correct. The auditor has a right to attend any general meeting of the company or shareholders. The status of a company's statutory auditor is that of an independent professional agent or representative of the shareholders. If an auditor knowingly signs a false or misleading audit report, they face criminal or civil liability, including professional debarment and penalties. An auditor who completes their term is eligible for reappointment, subject to rotation laws and shareholder approval. The final output or product of an audit process is the audit report, an opinion that states the financial statements give a true and fair view in all material respects is an unmodified or unqualified opinion. When an auditor finds material but not pervasive misstatements, they should issue a qualified opinion. An adverse opinion is expressed when misstatements are both material and pervasive to the financial statements. When the auditor cannot obtain sufficient appropriate audit evidence and the potential effects could be both material and pervasive, they issue a disclaimer of opinion. An emphasis of matter paragraph is used to draw attention to a matter appropriately presented or disclosed that is fundamental to users' understanding. Key audit matters are included in the audit report for listed public companies or high public interest entities. The statutory audit report is formally addressed to the members or shareholders of the company. Misstatements are considered pervasive if they are not confined to specific elements or represent a substantial portion of financial statements. The date on audit report must not be earlier than the date on which management has approved and signed the financial statements. उसके बाद नेक्स्ट है ISA stands for International Standards on Auditing. Which body issues the international standards on auditing? IAASB under the International Federation of Accountants. ISA 240 deals explicitly with the auditor's responsibilities relating to fraud in an audit of financial statements. Going concern assumption means the entity will continue its operation for the foreseeable future, typically at least 12 months from the reporting date. If there is a severe going concern uncertainty, but it is fully and beautifully disclosed in notes, the auditor issues unmodified opinion with a section on material uncertainty related to going concern. Material misstatements can arise from both fraud and error. An unintentional mistake in financial data is called an error. Deliberate misrepresentation or omission of financial facts to deceive users is called fraud. Those charged with governance refers to persons with responsibility for overseeing the strategic direction and accountability of the entity. A qualified opinion paragraph typically contains the words except for the effects of the matter or matters described. Cost audit involves verification of cost records, cost accounts, and adherence to cost accounting principles. Government audit is conducted primarily to ensure public funds are spent according to parliamentary sanctions, laws, and efficiency norms. The Supreme Audit Institution of Pakistan, responsible for government audit, is headed by the Auditor General of Pakistan. Management audit aims at reviewing the performance, planning, organizational structure, and decision of top management. Tax audit is performed to verify the accuracy of taxable income, deductions, and compliance with revenue laws. Investigation is a process that is a specialized, in-depth examination of accounts for a specific purpose, for example, fraud suspected or buying a business. Divisible profits are those profits which can be legally distributed to shareholders as dividends. Joint audit means an audit conducted by two or more independent chartered accountant firms sharing the audit responsibility. Audit of a sole proprietorship concern is legally, voluntary, or optional depending on owner's choice. Social audit evaluates an organization's contribution to social welfare, community development, and, and civic responsibilities. Forensic auditing is a specialized branch aimed at gathering evidence regarding financial crimes or fraud that can be presented in a court of law. Interim dividend is a dividend declared between two annual general meetings during the financial year. Depreciation is legally defined as the systematic allocation of the depreciable amount of an asset over its useful life. Failure to provide proper depreciation on fixed assets leads to overstatement of net profit and assets. Capital reserves are generally created out of capital profits, for example, profit on sale of fixed assets or premium on shares. Which of the following is an example of capital profit? Profit on revaluation of fixed assets. A professional accountant must comply with which fundamental ethical principles? Integrity and objectivity, professional competence and due care, confidentiality and professional behavior, all of the above. Self-interest threat to independence arises when an auditor holds a financial interest or shares in the client's company. Advocacy threat occurs when the auditor promotes or defends the client's position to the point where objectivity is compromised. Familiarity threat is caused by a long-standing close relationship between the auditor and client personnel. Cut-off procedures are primarily designed to verify that transactions close to financial year end are recorded in the correct accounting period. Tracing transactions from source document up into the journal or ledger tests the assertion of completeness. Vouching from the ledger accounts back to the source documents tests the assertion of occurrence or existence. Non-compliance with laws and regulations by a client must be evaluated and communicated to those charged with governance or regulatory bodies as appropriate. A clean audit report contains a or an unmodified opinion. Financial statements include balance sheet and income statement, statement of changes in equity and cash flow statement, notes to the accounts. All of the above are correct. The use of computer-assisted audit techniques allowed the auditor to test large volumes of electronic transaction data efficiently. Compensating errors are errors where the effect of one error is completely counterbalanced or neutralized by another error. Error of commission happens when a transaction is recorded incorrectly, for example, wrong amount, wrong account but same class. An auditor's civil liability for misfeasance means liability for breach of professional duty, trust, or negligence causing financial loss. Peer review in auditing means an independent evaluation of an audit firm's quality control systems by another practicing auditor. Verification of debtors' balances is best achieved via circularization of balances or direct external confirmations. Bills receivable in hand should be verified with the help of the bills receivable register and physical inspection of actual unmatured bills. Bank reconciliation statement should be checked with the help of cash book, bank column, bank statement or passbook. Both A and B are correct. Audit risk is kept at an acceptably low level. Professional skepticism means an attitude that includes a questioning mind, being alert to conditions indicating misstatement, and critical assessment of evidence. Substantive analytical procedures are most useful for transactions that are predictable over time and occur in high volumes. Outstanding salaries should be classified under the heading of current liabilities. Dividend cannot be declared or paid out of capital account or capital itself. The ultimate objective of an audit program is to guide the audit team so that they gather sufficient appropriate audit evidence to support the audit opinion. यहाँ पर आज के ऑडिटिंग से रिलेटेड 200 मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट MCQs जो है वो कंप्लीट होते हैं। अगर आप इसी तरह की और रिवीजन से रिलेटेड लेक्चर्स देखना चाहते हैं तो मेरे इस चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर सकते हैं। डेली जॉब्स अपडेट्स के लिए और लेक्चर से रिलेटेड अपडेट्स के लिए अगर आप व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप ज्वाइन करना चाहते हैं तो इस वीडियो के डिस्क्रिप्शन में आपको व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप का लिंक मिल जाएगा, वहाँ से आप ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं। थैंक्स फॉर वॉचिंग। अल्लाह हाफिज़।